Jananim Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayo Shritva Pranamami Muhurmuhu Namah Shri Yatirajaya Vivekananda Suraye Satchit Sukasvarupaya Swamine Tapaharine. So, dear devotees, in the previous classes, last two classes, we saw what is not Atman. Atman is neither the three bodies, so it is different from the three bodies. So our attachment to this physical body or subtle body has to go away. Why? Because that is not Atman. And it is beyond the five koshas, five sheaths, pancha kosha titaha, that also we saw. And the third is, it is the witness and which is present and witness of all the three states of existence or experience. That is Jagrada Avastha, Swapna Avastha, and Sushupti Avastha. So basically it is called Turiya. Now, what it is not, the author, he tried to tell now. Now, what is then it is? What it is, that question may come for us. So the author, presuming that that question may come for the listener or for the student, he himself is writing the question, Atma tarhi kaha. Then what is Atman? Atma Satchidananda Swarupaha. Atman is Satchit Ananda Swarupaha. Atman is in nature, existence, consciousness, bliss absolute in its nature. Now, before getting into this, one or 2 points I would like to tell. Now, by studying Advaita, what happens? What is the role of this Advaita Vedanta? Or what is the function of hearing these Vedantic lectures? There will be no change in the external world. There may not be change even. There will not be change in any people also. Maybe with your family members, or friends, or colleagues, or whomever so. Only there will be change in you or in me. What the change? The change is, what is reality I will understand, and I will be trying to stick on to the reality or pursue the reality. And at least intellectually I know what is not real, and I am trying to get away from that, or I am trying to get away from that, means that getting loosened from the unreality. Before hearing Advaita Vedanta lectures, we were thinking this world is true. World is very real for us. Now, after hearing Advaita Vedanta time and again, then we may be shaken, we may be moved, we may be perturbed by the world and its afflictions, no doubt, but the effect will be lesser. And slowly, when the misconception is removed, the ignorance is removed, destroyed, then I only remains, means the Tattvabodha switches over from world to the self. This is very, very important. Say, for an example, you had a dream. It was a very terrible dream. You met with a severe accident and your legs are broken and you were suffering and all. Because of that, probably you shouted or you screamed or there was heavy sweating. Then the dream broke because of alarm or whatever. Then you got up. It took few minutes for you to understand that that was a dream, it didn't really happen. But still, the impression of that soul, it was so vivid and it was so much impact it was created on the mind. It took for you to digest it, understand it, and to get out from that shock. Now, when you were in the dream, you never aware you were the dreamer. So what you were experiencing the dream, so either joy or sorrow. At some point of time, the dream state broken, you got into the waking state, but still the reflex action, the leftover or the residue effect of the dream state was there. It took some time to get away from that. But once you are clear and you understood that you were in the waking state and that whatever the experience, it was only mere dream and it was not real or it is not real, then it doesn't bother you. Whereas when you were in the dream state, when it was real, it was bothering you. When you came to the waking state, the moment when you understand it was appearance, it was unreal, it was not true, then you don't get bothered. The experience you have got, earlier experience plus effect was there in the dream state. In the waking state, with respect to dream state, there is an experience, but there is no effect on you. So similar to with the waking state, now for us, how much ever we listen, as and now, this waking state is very real for us. Our experience, our transactions, all these things. At some point of time, when we go to Turiya state, what happens? This waking state also will appear as a long dream, and it loses its relevance, or it loses its Tattvabodha, the notion of reality. The moment when it is dropped, then nothing shakens you, nothing perturbs you. So this particular phenomenal change doesn't happen externally, it does happen internally, it does happen in the mind with the intellect. So that's why ignorance is the root cause of our bondage. Then knowledge can alone be the solution for our ignorance or for the bondage. That's what Advaita Vedanta says. So to remove the misconception, we have been hypnotized, we have to dehypnotize. That's why we are doing all this intellectual exercise or intellectual gymnasium. So this idea, you have to be very clear. By studying Advaita Vedanta, what happens after I studied Vedanta? What did change brought in me? This type of questions and doubts can haunt us. That's why I tell you. Now, after discussing different types of bodies, sheaths, and our experience, author is trying to tell the truth. What is the truth? The truth is, I am Atman or you are Atman. So what it is then? Okay, you are saying that Atman. What it is? How do you describe? So he used the word, he described it as Satchidananda Swarupa. In nature, in reality, the nature of the Atman is Sat, existence, Chit, awareness or knowledge, then Ananda, that is bliss. So the same idea has been told very clearly in one of the Upanishads. Eko devaha sarva bhuteshu gudaha sarva vyapi sarva bhutantaratma karmadyakshaha sarva bhutadivasaha sakshi cheta kevalo nirgunascha. There is one God, or there is one self who remains hidden in all beings as the innermost self. He is all-pervasive and the ruler of our actions. He is the indweller of all beings, the witness, the consciousness of all, the one alone and beyond attributes. The beautiful example which we come across in the Upanishads. Anyhow, so before going to Satchidananda, with respect to Bhagavad Gita, with reference to Bhagavad Gita and Upanishads, Atman has been described with few other nature. Like Atma, what is Atma? It is Chaitanya Swarupa. In nature, it is consciousness. So it is consciousness, it is not matter. It is consciousness, it is not inert. Then Atma Swatantraha. It is always independent. Now I am dependent. Body is dependent. Body is dependent on food. I am dependent on money and people and whatnot. So for every being, everything is dependent in this world. Even atoms, amoeba, from amoeba to human being, matter is also dependent on something else for its existence. But Atman is independent for its existence. It doesn't depend on anything for its existence. Atman Nirguna. Actually, Atman doesn't have any form. This is very, very important for us. Atma Nirguna. It is beyond attributes. It is beyond qualities. Neither it is good, nor it is bad. Nor it is thin, nor it is fat. Nor it is stout, nor it is lean. Nor it is short, nor it is height. Then Atman is Nitya. Atman is ever existent. The moment it is ever existent means it is also eternal. Then Atma Sarvagataha. It is all pervasive. So it is like some place it is there or some part it is there and some part it is not there. No. Then Atma Ekaha. How many Atmans are there? It is only one Atman. Then Atma Sanatana. It is very ancient. So when you hear all these things, Atman is imperishable. That also we can add it. So this is my real biodata. This is our real biodata. Oh, I am so-and-so, I have my degree so-and-so, I am son of so-and-so, husband or wife of so-and-so, I have done that, I have done this. All these things we keep on saying, our CV and all. But our real, that is our external biodata. But our real biodata is what? This is our real biodata, according to me. Now, when you hear this particular descriptions or the explanations regarding the Atman, then 2 points has to be very clearly, it should come to your mind. What is that? I am the experiencer and the world is the experienced. Drupdrishya Viveka. I am the experiencer. I am the knower. I am the observer. The world and its objects, including the body and mind, it is experienced, it is observed, it is known. It is object and I am the subject. I am the subject. I am the observer. I am the knower. I am the experiencer. Then the world and its objects and including body, mind, it is object, it is matter, it is observed, it is known, it is experienced. So this you have to understand. So when the moment I am observer and the world and body mind is observed, then I cannot be neither the body and mind nor the world. Why? Because the observer cannot be the observed at any time. The knower cannot be the known at any time. The subject cannot become the object at all. So this is the first thing. So the moment I am the subject and not the object, so second point is, I, the experiencer, is free. I am free from all the attributes of the experienced. Body, mind, emotions, feelings, world, and its objects, whatever it has got nature, whatever it has got qualities, that doesn't belong to me. I am free from all of them. So these two things you have to understand very clearly. This idea has been given by Adi Shankara beautifully in one of his verse. Mano buddhyankara chittani naham, naja shrotra jivhe, naja grana netre, naja vyoma bhumir, natejo navayu, chidananda rupa, shivoyam, shivoham, shivoham, shivoham. This was the background. Then Sachidananda Swarupa I told. So author himself starts explaining individual word. Sat kim? What is Sat? Kalatrayepi tishtati iti Sat. Sat is that which remains unchanged in 3 periods of time. What are these 3 periods? Past, present, and future. Thousands of years before, was it there? Yes. At present, is it there? Yes. After thousands of years, millions of years, will it be there? Yes. Then that is called Sat. Trikala abadhita satya. That is called Sat. Existence. Now, how to understand this existence? I exist. You exist. India exists. Our country and this globe exists. Earth exists. Dog exists. Cow exists. Then solar system exists. Galaxy exists. Fine. All of them are existing. So the basic existence has been provided to all of them from the Sat. Probably again I will give one more example, then you will understand. Cow is an animal. Dog is an animal. Then fox is an animal. Lion is an animal. Tiger is an animal. The animalness, because all of them have got animalness, that's why they are called animals. In why it is called cow? Because the cowness is there, that's why it is called cow. So similarly, things are existing, isn't it? So many things are existing. Maybe in limited period of time, that's fine. But the existence itself has been provided by this Atman. That is what here we mean Sat. The basic existence itself is called Atman. So Sat means it is existence, being. And also, it is the substratum for every either the object or the consciousness for its existence. So that you have to, so Sat means the existence itself. Because the moment I say existence, existence of what? The question may come, so it is not existence of what, it is existence in itself, or it is existence itself. Sat means it is existence itself. So this you have to understand very clearly. Then what is Chit? Chit Kim? Chit Gnana Swarupa. Chit is, it is the nature of absolute knowledge. So Gnana, it is told, Gnana. So Gnana means it is not just knowledge. You can also, it is the better meaning will be awareness or consciousness. The awareness or consciousness is the better meaning. Chit means, though we say most of the time it is called knowledge, but the better meaning will be either consciousness or bliss. So it is the knowledge itself. It is the pure conscious itself. It is the pure awareness itself. Because knowledge means knowledge of what can come into picture, isn't it? Knowledge of electricity, knowledge about the world, knowledge about the animals, knowledge about physiology, knowledge of something. Always it comes. So here knowledge means knowledge of, it is not knowledge of something, it is knowledge itself. It is the base for every knowledge, every awareness. It is every consciousness. So it is fundamentally, it is pure or bare awareness, pure or bare consciousness. Now, then what is Ananda? Ananda means many times it is called Sukha. It is happy. No, rather it is Ananda means it is blissful. Ananda kaha. What is Ananda? Ananda Sukha Swarupa. Though it is called Sukha here, but Sukha, how to understand? It is the nature of absolute happiness or absolute bliss. Because in Kannada, Sukha means it is pleasure actually. Pleasure or happiness, in both ways we use. Here Sukha means it is absolute bliss. It is not the pleasure. So probably the difference between pleasure and the difference between happiness and the bliss, it is very important. We have to understand. So Ananda is the experience which is complete in itself. Again, experience. Oh, I had a wonderful experience. Wonderful experience of what? I saw a beautiful sunset, scenery, beautiful scenery it was. I experienced happiness, bliss, or serenity, whatnot. So experience depends on, again, some external object, external thing here. Generally, that's how we think. If really think, that's what we ask. Experience of what? So it is experience in itself. So Sat means existence in itself, or it is pure existence. It is a substratum for all the existence. Then Chit is pure awareness, pure consciousness, or pure knowledge, or knowledge in itself. Ananda means it is happiness. And one more word, it can be called as love. Either happiness or love. So Sat, Chit, Ananda, same thing, it can be equated as Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram. Satyam, truth, reality, that is what Sat. Shivam, Shivam here stands for the knowledge or consciousness or auspiciousness or blessedness or whatever. That is what Chit or Shivam. Then Sundaram, beautiful, or Ananda. So happiness is love. Now, very sensitively, if you see, again, when I was thinking this idea, I got it. The Sat part, everyone accepts, like Gnana Yogi and Bhakti Yogi. Of course, Karma Yogi also accepts. Now, Karma Yogi gives importance to this Sat aspect more actually. Existence part, more itself. That's how he can do Karma Yoga. Then, when it comes to Gnana Yogi, he gives more importance to Chit part actually. That is knowledge part. Then Bhakti Yogi, he gives more importance to the Ananda portion. That is what we call love. What is the Bhakti? What is nothing but it is Parama Prema Swarupa. Narada beautifully explains in his Bhakti Sutras. Parama Prema Swarupa. It is a divine love towards the divine or almighty or whatever, isn't it? So love. So Sat is accepted by everyone. Karma Yogi gives more important. Then Bhakti Yogi gives important for Ananda portion. Then Jnana Yogi gives important for Chit portion. That's how Sri Ramakrishna says all the yogas will go and join together, means either you give importance to Chit or Sat or Ananda. Finally, you will go and land in the Brahman or the Self or the Atman or whatever. So this you have to understand very clearly. And this Madhuvata Rutayate Madhuksharanti Sindavaha in Rigveda mantra. So that the air spreads sweetness and the water spreads sweetness, and all means what? There again, it is Ananda or love basically. So who am I? I am Satchidananda. I am existence in itself. I am existence in itself, existence itself. I am consciousness, pure consciousness without anything. Then I am Ananda. Ananda doesn't depend on anything. I am Ananda in nature itself. Now, very sensitively, seriously, if you think, why the author is trying to, or the Rishis have tried to explain the Atman or Brahman from these three words. Why? Because the moment when we say that you cannot see it, you cannot hear, or you cannot experience the things as you experience like objects, the self, immediately then we think, oh, probably that means it doesn't exist. So to negate that it doesn't exist, it is existence itself. So that's why it's beautifully this, very wonderful. It can be thought over, it can be meditated, and it can be well analyzed. When analyzed, how this one word Sat can give a beautiful meaning, beautiful understanding. Then Chit, ignorant knowledge of something, it is unconscious or it is inert. So many things it can come. No, it is pure awareness itself. And all these things fine, but when we have a pleasurable thing, so much ananda we get it, happiness we get it, then in the self, whether it can get, because we have never seen, it cannot be seen, you say that. So whether what happens if I get it? So such type of questions may come. Then if you get it, no, what happens? Though it is argument sake, we are saying, when you get it, you will get the infinite alloy of bliss, means infinite ananda. There is no limit for that because it is Ananda Swarupa. So to negate all these things, so author has used very carefully these 3 points, these 3 words, Sat, Chit and Ananda. And there are so many other explanations. And again, we should not mistake this. These 3 are the gunas of the Atman. No. Gunas means, qualities, it can come and go at any time. For an example, I am a rich man. So the rich man is a quality, is an attribute for me. If say tomorrow, if the richness goes away, still I exist. I don't cease to exist. But the humanness, if goes away, then I really cease to exist, isn't it? So so many things comes and goes. That's what qualities are guna. Whereas Swarupa, the nature, if it goes, then you ceases to exist. So the Sat and Chit and Ananda, they are the nature of the Atman or the self. They are not the qualities of the self, that you have to understand very clearly. Now, I think in my first class itself, I told, philosophy at broad canvas, it discusses 3 things, basically. 3 angles of triangle you can think like, for remembrance sake. One is, who am I? The second is, who is God? The third is, what is this world? And what is the relationship between these 3? That's what the whole philosophy is trying to tell. Now, till now, we try to understand, who am I? Adhikari over. Vishaya started telling. In Vishaya, the author tried to tell, who am I? I am not the body, mind, fine. I'm not 3 types of body, fine. I am not 5 sheets, fine. I am not 3 states of existence. I'm the witness of these 3 states of existence. So there neti neti. What it is not, it author told. Now again, then who am I? I am soham soham. That is, I am aham Satchidananda Swarupa. My real nature is, or my nature is Satchidananda. That has been told. So who am I has been explained by the author. Immediately the question comes for us, then what is God, or what is this world? Who created this? How did God create it? When did it got created? If this question should come for all of us, if it comes, then the author laughs. Arey, I told you earlier itself. What is that? Atman alone is real and everything else is appearance. Everything is illusory. Everything else means your world also includes? Yes. Okay, so world is also an appearance. Yes. Okay, then. That's okay, but still, how this world came into existence? Because when in my dream I got, okay, but when did that dream got started? And why that particular dream got? Why did it get it? So all these type of questions we do get. How much ever we say that Atman alone is real, the consciousness alone is real, and everything else is an appearance, but still we get the doubt, we get the question, how it is, why it is, when it came into existence, who created this illusory world, why did this illusory world came into existence? So these questions will haunt us, will haunt our mind as a matter of doubt, as a matter of inquisitiveness, or a question, or seeking the truth, or whatever. So this problem probably Atar also knows. That's why he starts telling, Ata chaturvimshati tattvotpatti prakaram bhakshyamaha. My dear, I know that you have got the now question that what is this world? What this world consists? And how did it come into existence? Who created this? So this will come to you. This question, I know that. Now I will explain with the help of this 24 tattvas. We shall explain the evolution of the 24 tattvas, he is telling. This theory of evolution, or how the world came into existence, has been taken by the Sankhya with the modified version. So here the author is telling, Brahmashraya Sattva Rajas Tamo Gunatmika Maya Asti. Brahmashraya. The Maya is residing in the Brahman. The Brahman is a substratum for the Maya also. And what it is Maya? This Maya is what? It consists of Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. Tamo Gunatmika. Depending on Brahman for its existence, the Maya, which is the nature, which consists of three gunas, that is Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. So these three gunas you have to understand. Sattva guna, Rajoguna and Tamoguna. What is this Sattva guna? So somewhere, wherever you see a person who has got very pure, is very pure in his nature. Some things, anywhere you see the purity. And in the people or outside, wherever, that is what Sattva. Peaceful, composed, calm, light, all these things represent Sattva guna. Then enlightening, knowledgeable, all these things represent Sattva guna. Then stainless, I want happiness and I want knowledge, I want peace, I want the Sattvika Sukha, we say that. I want a polished happiness. So such type of seeking we have, many of us we have got, that is what Sattva guna. When Sattva guna is dominant, all these qualities we can see in a person. Then someone is highly volatile, restless, agitating, ambitious, and is anchoring for riches, name, fame, power, position. He wants to prove himself. Who is he? What is he? All these things, whatever, if you see in anyone or in any one of us, then that means what? That represents Rajas. Because of Rajoguna, we act like this. And I don't know what it is. I mean, confused. I am deluded. I'm not clear. And I'm not interested in any action. Okay, let me do tomorrow. Let me do tomorrow. Let me do tomorrow. Work is more. There should be less work and I should have a good pay. There should be not difficulties in the workplace. There should be things easy going, but I should have all the comforts. And infatuation, pleasure seeking, all these things comes under Tamoguna. So when we get this type of qualities, we should understand that this Tamoguna has become dominant in us. So according to the Sankhya and Vedanta, what is a personality? If you ask, it consists of Sattva guna, Rajoguna and Tamoguna. In generally, any one of these guna will be predominant in us and the other two gunas will be subservient. In someone, Sattva guna may be dominant and Rajas and Tamoguna subservient. Occasionally things can come up, no doubt, but a person will be Sattva guna dominant person. Someone will be Rajoguna dominant, Sattva and Tamas will be subservient. someone will be tamoguni dominant, tamoguna dominant, sattva and rajas will be subservient. By with careful thinking and by sadhana or by practice, every one of us can go to Sattvaguna, and we can go beyond Sattvaguna also. That is what our ideal. Now, these three gunas consists of Maya. Now, what is the relationship between Brahman and Maya? If you ask, that is Brahman, its power is called Maya. In one of the pranama mantra of Holy Mother, we sing this, Yatha Agner Daika Shaktihi, Ramakrishna Stithaya. Holy Mother is residing in Sri Ramakrishna. How? Yatha, as Agni Daika Shakti, the fire and its burning power. Can you separate the fire and burning power? Without burning power, can you imagine fire? No. Without fire, can you imagine the burning power? No. So fire and burning power, they are inseparable. So similarly, Brahman and Maya, they are inseparable. If you say fire is Brahman, the burning power is what? Maya. The Brahman is Sri Ramakrishna, Maya or Adishakti is what? Holy Mother. That's what Yathagner Daika Shakti. Just like the fire and its burning power, Mother, Holy Mother, Ramakrishna Stithaya. She is residing in Sri Ramakrishna. In so much so, how you cannot separate fire and burning power, you cannot separate Holy Mother and Sri Ramakrishna. Means basically they are one and the same, to explain that. Anyhow. Now, after explaining, one more very important point I would like to tell, and I'll finish the class. The theory of creation and the theory of projection. If you read any of our Puranas, mythology stories, though it is called mythology, in Puranas and all, you say, okay, like so many thousands of years before, Brahma created. Then after so many thousands of years, such and such a thing happens, or so many thousands of years afterwards, there will be Pralaya, then everything ceases to exist. This is what we understand. And if you see dualistic schools of Vedanta and qualified Manoists, that is Vishtadvaita, most of them, they accepted that theory of creation. Even Nyaya, Vaisheshika, Sankhya, Yoga, all of them, they accept this theory of creation. Whereas, Mimamsakas accept the theory of creation, but they say that creation is eternal. Now, coming to our school, that is Advaita Vedanta, we don't accept the theory of creation at all. We think and we argue that there is no creation, it is only projection. Why? No energy can be created, no energy can be destroyed. And the sum total of energy is constant. Today, science has accepted. Science says that. When the energy is constant and no new energy can be created and no energy can be destroyed, if so, then where is the question of creation comes into picture? Creation of something new, and whatever has been created has been destroyed. No. So it is only changing from one state to another. That's what science says. We say that we go one step further and we say it is a theory of projection. Sokamayatha bahusyam prajayayeti. The Brahman, as a Ishvara, it thought, it desired. Sokamayatha, it desired. Brahman desired what? Bahusyam prajayayeti. Let me become many. So that's why there are so many jivas. So similarly, when Ishvara projected, that's what Vikshepa Shakti we say, Vikshepa Shakti of Maya. So when Ishvara projected, this universe has been come. This universe has been existed. So that's why it is the projection, theory of projection, we say it is never the creation. So Ishvara has projected this universe, and that's the reason we are perceiving this universe. And one more important point is between the science and the Vedanta. The science says, science trying to argue, at least now things are changing, no doubt. Consciousness is also the product of matter. Because of some atoms or some gas come together, that's how life came into existence accidentally or whatever. So the consciousness or the life itself is the product of matter according to science. Whereas Vedanta, it is just opposite. The matter is also the part of consciousness or the product of consciousness at all, for argument's sake. The matter has come from the consciousness. That is the just fundamental difference between science and Vedanta. So here, the theory of projection, you have to understand. Then you will understand the theory of cosmology or the Vedantic theory of cosmology or Vedantic theory of concept of world and its existence. So Brahman, with its power of Maya, that is with Trigunas, he created the world. Fine. So the Brahman is what? Efficient cause. Then Maya is what? Material cause. Like the potter prepared the pot. How? By the clay. The potter is efficient cause and the clay is material cause and the product is what? Pot. So similarly, the Brahman is efficient cause. Then the Maya is what? Material cause. Then the product is what? World. Then that's fine. But how did it came into existence this? Then they say Brahman plus Maya. In Maya, Sattva Guna, Rajoguna and Tamoguna is there. From Sattva Guna, our Indriyas came. From Rajoguna, our Pancha Pranas came. From Tamoguna, Pancha Tanmatras came. The subtle elements, Shabda, sound, Sparsha, touch, quality, then Rupa, form, then Rasa, taste, then Gandha, smell. These 5 qualities came into existence from the Tamas. These are subtle in nature. From these 5 Tanmatras, 5 subtle elements, Pancha Mahabhutas have come, 5 gross elements came. How from 5 subtle elements, 5 gross elements came? That is called Panchikarana. And the whole world, either solar system, galaxies, then planets, then stars, sun, moon, everything is what? It is what? Nothing but the permutation and combination of these 5 gross elements. What are these 5 gross elements? Akasha, sky, or ether, Vayu, air, Agni, then fire, then water, Apa, Prithvi, then earth. So all this permutation and combination of these 5 gross elements is what? Nothing but the world. How they came into existence? They came from Panchatanmatras. How the Panchatanmatras came? They came from Tamas. How this Tamas? Tamas is the part of Maya. What is this Maya? Maya is the power of the Brahman. So the whole world has come from Brahman. Again, it has not been created, it has been projected. Only for our understanding, we are using the word created. It came from this, it came from this, it came from this. We are saying that. This you have to understand. Now, when you are all these things, you may get a question, Swamiji, it is all nice to hear, but we don't understand. How is it this? We are so easily, so clearly, distinctly, we are experiencing this universe, tangible universe. And you say that it is only projection. It is not a creation. And it is an illusion. It is an appearance. How do you say that? Then I say that, okay, now I will give an example. You went and you purchased golden ornaments. You purchased golden necklace. Wow, beautiful. Golden bangles. Nice. Golden earrings. Fine. Golden nose ring. So 1 necklace, 2 bangles, 3 earrings, then 4 nose ring. Maybe then let the men not feel bad, then golden bracelet. So 5 items. So all the 5 items you kept on the table. Now I ask you, all the 5 items are one and the same or different? Swami, you are maybe Vedantin, but you don't know all these things. How can it be same? They are all different. Because it's a necklace. Necklace has got a particular name, particular form, particular functional aspect, and it meant for something. And these are called bangles. The shape of a bangle and necklace is different. And the size and shape of the bangles is different from the necklace. And the functional aspect is also different. How can you say one and the same? Because you see everywhere 1, 1, 1, so you are seeing one. No, Swami. Similarly, coming to the nose ring. Though nose ring is a spherical in nature, circle in nature, bangles are also spherical in nature, but the size is different. Then the quantity of the gold resides in both of them are separate. Then the functionality is separate. Similarly with the earring and similarly with the bracelet. Maybe some similarities of the all in except necklace in all these 4, the circle or the spherical is there, no doubt, but they are different because of the name and because of the form, because of the functional aspects and its actions and whatnot. So they're all different. Fine, wonderful. Are you sure? Yes, Swami, of course. In this thing, you should listen. Swami, you don't understand. Then I say, yes, very nice. Then, now, I shall remove the gold from all these things. What happens? If you remove the gold from all these things, what happens? Nothing remains, Swami, or maybe 2 or 3% of the other metal, whichever has been added to make this ornament, that will alone remains, but everything will go away. Then that's the reason I said all of them are one same. How? Because you using the gold material, you have done so many ornaments. I don't say no, because of its form and its functions, you have given different forms and you have given different names. So, vacharambano namadeyam, vacharambano vikaro namadeyam, vritikasyeva satyam. In our conversation, in our day-to-day dealings, we have based on the form, we have given different names and we use it for transaction, no doubt. But mritikasyeva satyam. The clay alone is true. The pot and the jar and the plate and the doll are not true. Similarly, the golden necklace, golden bracelet, golden bangles, golden earrings, golden nose rings, all are fine. They have got different specific functions. They have got different names and different forms, all these things. But the moment you remove the gold, all of them ceases to exist. That's why it is all only one. The gold is appearing as necklace. The gold is appearing as bangle. The gold is appearing as nose ring. The gold is appearing as earring or whatnot. So this, if you understand this example, then the theory of projection will be understood clearly to the certain extent or to the near thing. So the moment when you understand there is no creation, it is only projection. And I'm very, after said all these things, it is not that easy to understand this projection thing. Projection, what do you mean by that? How to understand? It is not created, it is projected. It will take some time for all of us. I'm very sure we can think of it. You can think, probably that can be taken as homework and you can think yourself. You can break your head with this theory of projection and creation. Then if you've got any doubts, now or next class, we shall have it. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.
Pranam Maharaj.
Yeah, Namaste.
Maharaj, Sri Ramakrishna says there is a Vijnani state after the Advaitic experience. The Jnani comes down from the higher state, he sees the universe as true. How can we take that, Maharaj? Is it as the Shankaracharya's view? Like Advaitic experience?
So the Vijnana is a very unique concept given by Sri Ramakrishna. Vijnana is what? He understands. For an example, for Gnani, the world is unreal. The world is an appearance. And the Atman or the self alone is real and the world is unreal. And that he has experienced it. Okay? And now still if you go further, in the Vijnani, you experience the reality and the unreality at the same time. It is a very unique concept. So it is beyond this Gnana and Agnana. So the Brahman alone is real, exists, and the Brahman is also appearing as this world. So the appearance and the truth, both he can experience at the same time. Now, when you are experiencing the world, you cannot experience the self. When you experience the self, you cannot experience the world in generally, when deeply. But in the Vijnani state, he can see both the things. That is the state of Vijnana, which is very unique. And Advaita, as I know, Advaita Vedanta has not discussed this thing. Yeah.
There will be an experience in Vijnana.
Yeah, it is an experience of both at the same time.
And there will be an experience.
Yes, yes.
It will become duality.
It is not dual at all, no. So he doesn't find any difference. That's what Sri Ramakrishna gives a beautiful example. When you were climbing the steps, you don't know what is on terrace. You thought there is something else in terrace. Fine. Then for you, terrace and the steps were different at right now. Then when you climbed the steps and you went and you reached the terrace. From terrace, you are seeing the material from which the terrace has been made. From the same material, even the steps are also made. So there is no difference between the steps and the terrace. Both are one and the same. So if that is the case, then where is the question of duality at all? There is no duality at all for him.
This is same as the Jnana Vijnana Yoga, Maharaj. It's same
No.
in Bhagavad Gita.
No.
In that, in Bhagavad Gita, Jnana is the highest state. In Vijnana,
I lost your connection in between. No, again, see, don't get compare with others and get confused. Now you asked for Sri Ramakrishna's concept of Vijnana. I'm explaining, you try to understand. Again, you bring Gita, you bring Upanishad, or you bring some other Acharya's thing, and if you try to compare, then you'll get confused. So first you try to understand what is Vijnana according to Sri Ramakrishna. Once you properly understand, then you can go to some other scriptures and you can try to compare, and whether it is same or if it is different, then you'll be able to understand. First point. Second thing is, every philosopher explains these technical words in a particular meaning that we have to understand. Okay?
Okay, man.
Yeah. First you try to understand the concept of Vijnana from Sri Ramakrishna's point of view, then you can compare with the Gita, whether it is same or different or whatever. Otherwise, you'll be confused. Yeah.
Swamiji, one question is, you said that Maya, the three gunas, right, are coming from Maya, and Maya is essentially a projection of Brahman. Is that the way to see? Because I'm unable to understand when we talk about Brahman, we say there's no form and there is no character. It's Satchitananda. But how does that connect to a three gunas? That transition I'm not able to make, because three gunas is essentially coming into there is some material context to that, while Brahman was completely Satchitananda.
Yes.
So that connect I'm not able to.
I will give an example. I think I gave an example. Now, fire and its burning power. Fire is Brahman, and the fire's burning power is what? Is called Maya here. Okay.
Yeah,
now, the Brahman has created this world with the help of Maya, or Brahman is projected this world with the help of Maya. Okay. When we say that, immediately the question will come for you, what is Maya then? Maya is Trigunatmika. Maya consists of Sattva Guna, Rajoguna, and Tamoguna. When I say this, immediately your mind will try to understand the Sattva Guna, Rajoguna, and Tamoguna as some atomic particles. Or it has got some form. Or as a matter, it tries to understand. That's what we get into trap there. The Sattva Guna, Rajoguna, and Tamoguna, it is not a matter at all. So if this point gets clear for you, then the question will not come for you. Did I explain your question?
Yeah, I think you addressed the question. I'm still trying to internalize the answer. But so if I were to rephrase it, Swamiji, so we are saying that Maya is essentially, if I were to compare Maya, it is like the burning power of fire.
Correct.
So in a way, it is, I don't want to say characteristic, but it is coming from Brahman, but it is a projection of that. And
it is not coming from the Brahman. It is in the Brahman only. You can't separate it.
Like burning power is there in fire, it is like that in Brahman. And then that is consisting of these three gunas, which are also in the like forms of burning power, let's say, because it's still characteristic. There is no material element. And from there, the various material forms are going forward.
Yes. Yes. The big question will come for all of us is, now you say, Swamiji, Sattva, Rajas and Tamas is not the matter. It is not even the atomic particle, or even it is not atoms. So it is what then? It is like consciousness, or it is a awareness, or it is some energy, or whatever you can say, or something. Basically, it is not tangible or whatever. From then, how this world came into existence then? From just like awareness, how this awareness are just, it is a sattva, rajas and tamoguna, it is a gunas, it is a qualities. From qualities, how these atomic things came into existence, this comes as a very big question for us.
But that is the sat form.
Yeah, that's where we get very struck actually. And it takes some time thinking and reading and cogitating. It will take some time for us to, to untie that knot, basically.
Swamiji?
Yeah.
Swamiji, if this is projection, and if Maya is the power of Brahman, so this projection also always exists?
Yes, definitely. Projection continues, yes. Only it ceases to exist for me at two times. When I am in sleep, deep sleep. The second thing is, the moment I realize who am I and I get liberated. Otherwise, this projection continues. This has been beautifully discussed in Dugdisha Viveka. Vikshepa Shakti is constant always. It is universal. It cannot be stopped at any time, even for the Brahmagnani. Only for Brahmagnani, Avarna Shakti has been removed. That is what ignorance or the covering nature, which is the power of Maya again. Avarna Shakti and Vikshepa Shakti. Vikshepa Shakti is what? The theory, the power of projection. Avarna Shakti is what? Power of creation. Power of covering. So, with the help of the Maya has projected this world for all of us, including Brahmagnani. After having that experience of Brahman, he will be able to see the world, even so. But he will not be moved by that because that reality, the Tattvabodha, has been lost there. Because of destruction of ignorance, or ignorance has been destroyed. So, you got your question clear, Rakal?
Yes, Swamiji. Yes, Swamiji.
Swamiji,
Yeah.
in continuation of that, so in deep sleep state, Swamiji, are we conscious or are we not conscious? What is it?
So now, when you say, are we conscious, means what do you mean by that?
Yes, okay. One is there is Atman and consciousness. That is the ultimate. That is what we are.
Atman is the consciousness. Atman and consciousness. Atman is the conscious.
Yeah, Atman as is the consciousness. Now, when we are the Atman, so we are the consciousness. So that consciousness is there, but the body and mind is not there. There is no.
Where? In deep sleep.
In deep sleep.
Yeah, it is not there. No, it is there, but it is in dormant condition. It is an inactive condition. So these things are beautifully discussed in Dugdisha Viveka. And I will tell in a few sentences. In deep sleep, what happens? Your physical body is at rest. So your sense organs are not working. Only your reflex, mechanical actions are working, like blood circulation, breathing, digestion, whatever. Whether you need not to do anything actively. It happens by itself automatically. So that automatic actions will be happening. But your 5 sense organs of knowledge and 5 sense organs of action all are in dormant state. They're inactive state, okay, with respect to physical body. And with respect to your subtle body, your mind and your sense organs, because the sense organs of knowledge is part of the your subtle body is also inactive. Subtle body is also dormant. That's why your mind and sense organs of knowledge, which gives an experience, that is also inactive, dormant. That's why you are not aware of the world or whatever, including your body, you are not aware in the sleep. But your consciousness is there.
Okay.
Your consciousness plus ignorance, that is there, but your body and mind is in completely rest, or it is in a dormant state, or it is inactive state. Yeah.
Okay, so thank you.
Maharaj, in Vijnani state, they feel the world is real or unreal, Maharaj. They feel the world as real.
No.
That is also projection. In that state also, the world will be like projection. But in Advaita,
that is still a very fine sense of, very line of differentiation is what? There they see only Brahman at all. They only see the Brahman alone. And whatever these things are there, it is all just like images. Just like images, they will be feeling it.
In Advaita,
just like line drawings you have drawn, just line drawings without any. So like that, the whole world will be appearing as a line drawing for them. It is like mirage or the dream. There will be no reality for them, the world. Or still, you want me to explain very clearly, means only the Brahman and Brahman alone they will be seeing it. In the Gnani, still is negating that I am Brahman and this is the world and I am not, this is not Brahman and I am Brahman, etc. But whereas Vijnani, that negation state itself has been removed, he will be seeing the self everywhere. Not only seeing, means it is experiencing the self. So he has gone beyond Gnana and Ajnana. This point you have to very clearly understand. He has gone beyond knowledge and ignorance. Gnana and Ajnana. He has gone beyond Gnana and Ajnana. That state is called Vijnana. That's what Sri Ramakrishna explains in Gospel.
But the path is from none of this to all of this, like that. Not this, not this. Advaitic way. After
that is different. See, either you say Soham or Neti Neti, that is different. By that path, you will reach it. Okay. That Vijnana is what attained after all these things. Okay. Which is beyond Gnana and Vijnana.
Swamiji.
Yeah.
Swamiji, when you say Brahma Jnani, Swamiji, so there is no many for him once he's experiencing Brahman everywhere. What is projection for him then, Swamiji?
Yeah, that's a beautiful question. Yes. Now, I will give an example. I think in the previous Drupdusha Viveka class also someone asked this. Now, first time you went to desert, Rajasthan desert you had been. Okay, you were walking and you are feeling tired and you are feeling very sunny and little even, what you say, tiredness and thirsty also. Then suddenly you saw a water body. Immediately you start jumping like, isn't it? Oh, there's a water body. Okay. Okay. You will speed up also. You will run probably possible, or you walk fast and you go if possible, and you try to, because you want to take the water and drink, and probably your thirst can be quenched. And if possible, even you don't mind to pour some water on your body, isn't it? Because of that scorching sun. Then you walked. Then after some time again, that water body, it went further, as if it appears that it went further. Then 1 or 2 or 3 times it happened. So afterwards it got disappeared sort of. Wherever you were seeing, there you go that you are not able to see the body, that water body. Then someone said, "Arey, it is a mirage." Because of the reflection of the sun on the sand particles, it appears that there is a water body, but otherwise it is not so. Then you understand it, and then okay, your experience and you are listening and it tallies, then you understood, okay, fine. Then whatever water can you had little and you took it and you just drank it and just you continued. Then again you continued your walking. Then again you started seeing a water body, isn't it? But will you now get confused?
No, of course.
Why? I
know what it is.
So now before that experience and knowledge, you were confused. Now because you have got knowledge and experience, you are not confused. So this is what happening. Like before the knowledge and experience, you were confused. That is what all of our state is. Now, the moment you had an experience and the knowledge, though you experience the mirage, but you are not confused, you are not moved. That's what happens to Brahmagnani. He may be seeing this world as a name and form, whatever we see as more or less in the similar way, because of our human mind and human senses or whatever in the built-up thing, but he's not moved by that. That's why I use the word Tattvabodha. The Tattvabodha has been shifted from the world to the self in the Brahmagnani. But as a Brahmagnani also has got body and mind and senses, because of his mind and senses, he'll be seeing the world, but is not perturbed, is not moved by it. So that's why even the projection of the universe, the Brahmagnani still he stays in his body. Still then, he will be also able to see this world, perceive the world. But is not perturbed, is not moved by that. That is what the difference between a Brahmagnani and Agnani. Because that Avarna Shakti, that is covering, has been removed, destroyed in Brahmagnani, but whereas in the ignorant person, still it exists. That's why we are being, how much ever we listen, but still one phone call, one message is enough for us to perturb our mind and carry away, take away all our knowledge, Vedantic knowledge, so far we heard.
Okay, Swami, thanks.
Any other questions? Or Samit has got still something?
No, I'll come back soon. I have to think a little. Getting clearer, but yeah, I'll come back.
Yeah. So I think Rakal has shared the YouTube link, I think, in the chat box.
Yeah, yes.
Maybe
actually, until we reach that state, jnana state, we will still have a lot of confusions.
Yeah. It is just like, reading the Atlas book. You are seeing like say, Mumbai city in the Atlas. But when you go to Mumbai city, you yourself, you experience Taj Hotel and Gateway of India and whatnot. Then your experience will be different, isn't it?
Yes.
So now we are reading the Atlas book, geography map or Atlas book of Mumbai. We are yet to go to Mumbai. I mean, going there, I mean, just to be because as what is the limitation of the language you use that, but there we don't go here, anywhere we go, but actually we remove our ignorance, that's all actually. Yes, so next time little more cosmos and how microcosm and macrocosm is linked. When Swamiji's idea in Karma, Gnana Yoga it comes. So I will try to explain next week and we'll go further, yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Pranam Swamiji.
Namaste.
Namaste, Swamiji.
Jai Ramakrishna Swamiji.